Overlord had a home release recently and I finally had a chance to see it, because of course it wasn't playing anywhere near me, why would it? And I just feel the need to say, holy fucking shit, this is awesome! Go watch this movie right now! Yes you! Pause this video, go watch this movie and then come back so we can geek out together. What the hell is Overlord? You're probably thinking, and you wouldn't be the only one. Hardly anyone has seen this movie. On a budget of $38 million, the movie made $41.7 million, and if we take into account that a movie needs to make 2.5 times its production budget to break even, it lost $53.3 million for an already struggling Paramount, so we won't be getting any more like this one anytime soon. Here's the pitch. Imagine watching Save It Private Ryan, and then halfway through, it turns into Resident Evil, with reanimated corpses, body horror, secret experiments being performed in underground laboratories.
And it is glorious!
Easily my favorite movie of 2018, even better than Upgrade, another cult classic in the making which made no money at the box office. Watch that one as well. We open during a flight towards occupied France. You get a quick introduction to the main soldiers. Boys who barely made it through boot camp and is scared and inexperienced, but as the movie goes on, he becomes a man. Tibet, a cocky sharpshooter who can't wait to kill him some Nazis, the polar opposite of Boyce, the Vegeta to his Goku. Rosenfeld, Boyce's best friend. He relies on other people's emotional support, but once things get tough, he's no pushover. Chase, an amateur photographer who's using this mission to get some exclusive frontline snapshots that will bring him fame back at home. Last but not least, there's Ford, the grizzled veteran. He has seen some shit. He's got the eyes on the prize and doesn't care if he dies. In case you're wondering why he looks so familiar, it's because that's Wyatt Russell, the son of none other than Snake Plissken, R.J. McCready, Jack Burton.
Who? Jack Burton. Me.
After a very intense opening action sequence, our heroes find themselves on the outskirts of a small French village. Their goal? To destroy a radio transmitter hidden in a tower of a fortified church. They only have a few hours before D-Day and the transmitter needs to be destroyed in order to avoid heavier casualties. On their way, they team up with Chloe, a local woman picking up some sweet loot from all the dead soldiers.
Everyone's got to make a living.
She becomes their guide. Together, they need to defeat an armed platoon of Nazis who secretly are doing something a lot more sinister than just shooting down planes. If I had to compare this movie to anything existing, it would be From Dusk Till Dawn. You're watching a gritty R-rated drama which is stylized but still kind of grounded in reality, and then the characters walk into a horror movie and shit gets crazy. There's action, explosions, gunfights, body horror with plenty of blood and gore, scares, tension, humor. This movie has it all. Even better, the main cast is really likable and you don't want them to die, which is rare to see in a mainstream movie in general. I especially like the veteran. He's the ultimate badass. Dirty Harry, Duke Nukem, Judge Dredd. No, not that one, the good one. That's the one. It's what you call perfect casting. But good heroes can't truly shine without a good villain. Enter Vapna, a high-ranking SS officer who's a slimy, two-faced, power-abusing, raping, murdering, torturing, genocidal maniac. He needs to be stopped. Every time he gets hurt, you feel a strange sense of satisfaction. It also helps that the actor is really good. In fact, all of them are good. Even the little kid playing Chloe's little brother did an okay job. The villain is the best though. He steals every scene he's in. The makers of this movie clearly love both war movies and horror movies. It's a really solid war drama for the first half, and if the movie never turned into horror, it still would have been above average. Then, once it switches genres, the music and cinematography suddenly change and we're in a good horror movie now. Better than all the trash coming out nowadays. If you're like me, you're probably saying, wait a minute, you said that this is a good war movie. Good war movies have good action scenes. How's the action in this one? Well... It rules. The body horror and gore is even better, but I really don't want to spoil anything. So I'm just gonna show you this one picture which is all over the promotional material. It's even on the poster. Why did this movie fail if it's so awesome? Because it has no established brands or famous people attached to it. It's just a movie which came out, and those don't make money anymore. It had a chance of success for a while when it was attached to the Cloverfield universe. Quick backstory for those who don't know. In 2008, a movie called Cloverfield came out, a found footage disaster movie in which a giant monster is destroying New York. On a $25 million budget, it made $170.8 million, with a total profit of $108.3 million, so the studio tried to write a sequel. Nothing worked, so J.J. Abrams, one of the producers, had an idea of making Cloverfield an anthology series. They would take original ideas, which are hard to sell as original ideas, but could make bank if they were part of a brand, and gave them the Cloverfield brand. The first one was 10 Cloverfield Lane, released in 2016, originally called The Cellar, about a young woman being trapped with a crazy survivalist in an underground bunker after a supposed foreign attack involving chemical weapons occurs on American soil. The studio added a sci-fi subplot to tie it into Cloverfield, which was honestly the worst part of the movie, but it still was very well received and made a lot of money. On a $15 million budget, it made $110.2 million, earning $72.7 million. In 2018, they decided to release two movies, The Cloverfield Paradox for Netflix and Overlord for the cinemas. Here's where they messed up. They released The Cloverfield Paradox first, and that movie was absolute trash. A generic sci-fi story involving possibly every overused trope of the genre. It pissed people off and killed all the excitement for the Cloverfield franchise. It even started a discussion about the quality of Netflix content as a whole. The franchise was officially dead, but since Overlord was already made and had a release date, they just released it as its own thing. Which it is. Maybe there are some Easter eggs connecting it to the other movies if you pause it at certain moments, but nothing that actually matters. It didn't work, and the movie flopped. This is the sad part. If Overlord was the first one to be released, with the Cloverfield hype being high, it would have been successful. I'm thinking 250–300 million in ticket sales, given the success of the previous entries and the quality of this one, which on a $38 million budget would be golden. Seriously, people, if you like good entertainment, if you're tired of studios rehashing old nostalgic properties, watch this movie. Don't pirate it, buy it or watch it on one of the many streaming services it's available on. Support the filmmakers who deliver quality content. Don't watch Jurassic Park 5 or Harry Potter 10, especially if all you're gonna do afterwards is complain about the lack of good original releases and the overabundance of sequels, remakes and reboots. Give originality a chance. Give Overlord a chance. Let's give it the same treatment as all those movies from 1982 which bombed upon release but over the years became so popular and influential that we're still talking about them today. Watch this movie.